Hi, friends. It's Michelle with National Veteran Resources, and today I'm on a Zoom meeting with two of my favorite friends, and they are from my group, Mothers of Veteran Suicide. And today I have Tina and Laura with me. And Tina and Laura would like to say a little something to our service members and our veterans regarding what their experience has been, and I'm giving them free reign to talk about whatever they'd like to talk about. Um, and so right now I'm going to turn it over to Tina. So Tina, you just say whatever's on your heart, honey.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name's Tina. My son, Russell James, my fourth child, he was born October 1st, 1986. By the time I got to the hospital, I was only in labor maybe 40 minutes, and within 10 minutes, he was born. He came into this world fast, and he never stopped. He was always on the go, trying to figure out how things worked and little fixie things here and there. He always tried to play sports, but he was very clumsy, broken this and broken that. He decided when he was 17, he wanted to join the Marine Corps just like his dad. I had no issue with it. He wasn't the type to hit the books and go to college or nothing like that. And he wanted to get into construction. He liked carpentry work. And they promised him the world. And after he got done with basic, I couldn't be more prouder than with him. And went to his graduation, came home, had a party for him. And he went back and he was stationed at Camp Lejeune. Then Katrina hit. He had to go help. He says, Mom, the devastation, it's so hard. He says, seeing recently deceased bodies floating and also seeing the ones that were already in the grave floating. He said it was the hardest thing he had to do in his life. And then they went back to base after his deployment was done with that. And then in 2006, he was sent to Operation Iraqi Freedom. And Russell was never one to be contained. He didn't like the ship. He said it was just hard to be isolated like that. But he had, when they got off the ship, they, did some sights and did what they needed to do. And he said that was nice to see things he never thought he'd see before. He got to see Rome and all that. Then he came back, and one of his buddies was getting married that he met in the Marine Corps. And he lived in Louisiana. Their family came up, and that's how my son met his wife. He served his 4 years, and they moved to Louisiana, where she was from. And then he tried to find work. He wanted to be a police officer so bad. And down there, it's hard to find work. You got to know somebody. So his brother-in-law worked offshore, the oil rigs, so Russell did that. He did 2 years. But being home for only a week and gone for 3 weeks was hard. He had, by then, family man. Well, he had a daughter while he was in the service. And then they had the son, which is named after him. He decided to try different work. Well, plus two was the higher ups weren't listening to him on safety issues, and he's told me a few times he almost became shark food. So he worked at the casino for a little while, and then he went and got a job at FedEx. About 3 years ago, of course, the higher up did not listen. And it wasn't even his package. It shouldn't even be delivered by FedEx. And he was told to help the driver that the package was supposed to go with. Well, there was two guys on one end of the package and my son on the other end. They dropped their end and it fell on my son. He injured his back really bad. Russell didn't like to take any type of medications. So he was living on workman's comp, fighting all this. And VA was getting him shots and they weren't working. So they kept telling him surgery. And surgery when he wouldn't be able to move side to side. So he was prolonging as long as he could. And then September of 2019, he was up here, went camping with one of his brothers. And a Sunday, the day before he was supposed to leave to go back to Louisiana, he was telling us how happy he is with his wife, that he loved her so much. My oldest daughter and him had went out to eat, and he called his wife and asked to stay 2 more days. She says, I don't care what you do, I want a divorce. He was floored, so floored and hurt. So he stayed 2 more days, and then his daughter had to have tonsils removed and her adenoids. So your Heretic went home, and he tried to get her to her. She said he yelled. He was in so much pain. He felt less of a man for not being able to provide for his family. So after Christmas, she made him get a place of his own. They weren't paying anything where they lived. The house was family owned. All they had to do was pay utilities. Russell was only living on workman's comp. So the $500 rent really hit him hard. 2 car payments, 2 car insurance payments. Then she served him with child support. They wanted him to pay $700 a month. She talked him down to 3. Then COVID hit. He had the kids all the time. She was now finally working. She never worked before. And when he was here, right before COVID hit, he just popped up. That's how Russell was. He would surprise us, or he would tell us. Most of the time he would surprise us, and he'd drive all night long. I don't know how he did that, but he was here, and I had injured myself. It seems like every time he's here, I hurt myself or I have a heart attack. And I don't know if it made him feel that I didn't want him here. It wasn't that. It was just so hard at times. And so he went back home, and he kept telling me, Mom, I'm not sleeping no more. It hurts so bad. I can't eat. I'm losing so much weight. And then he posted a picture 5 weeks before June last year. Look, I look great. I got to feel great. I'm doing this for my family. And then he posted a picture of my Princess Sabrina and my Prince RJ. You'll never know how much I loved you. And I kept telling everyone, there's something wrong with Russell. I'm worried. But everybody kept telling me, Russell's strong. He'll get through this like he did everything else. And then I sent him Father's Day gifts for him from me and the kids. I always did, from his own kids. And he opened up one package and the other package came, but he said, I'm not going to open it until Father's Day. I had called him and texted him on Thursday before Father's Day, nothing. Friday, nothing. Come Saturday, I'm saying, come on, someone listen to me. And then Tuesday, I told my other son, I says, Randy, please, something. So he called his wife, and his wife said he dropped the kids off at 2:00 in the morning the day before Father's Day. She did nothing. So my son called the sheriff. They did a welfare check, and our worst nightmare was confirmed. He talked to his sergeant that he was in the service with 2 weeks prior and 8 other of his Marine friends. And they all asked him, Russell, are you going to do something? He says, no, I have a lot to live for. And I guess understanding that him and his wife had gotten in a fight that Friday night, and that's when he dropped the kids off at 2:00 in the morning, he only expressed his suicidal thoughts to her. I don't know why she didn't tell us. And it's been hard. I talk to him every day. I ask him why. Why'd he let her win? And I had no choice or say so in his service, in his obituary, to say anything at his service. It was all about that side of the family, and it hurts. And if anybody, please, there has to be a way to find your way out of this darkness, because this hurts too much. Russell had 25 nieces and nephews, seven other brothers and sisters, because they have an older sister. Man, everybody misses him so much. He was the fixer. I just wish he could have fixed himself. I wish he would have known about other organizations. And like that canine group too, because he loved pets. He always had pets. And when he got to the trailer he was living in, they wanted a $500 pet deposit, and that was out of his reach. And I just think, please think. I know it's hard. I've been through pain before, and I've wanted to give up, especially this last leg injuries I had. I had to scrape the wounds and bandage them and clean them and stuff. It's the worst pain I've ever been through too. But I wish I knew my son's more pain than what he was expressing. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, honey. We're here for you. We love you.
Hope you guys do.
Please reach out to Laura. Laura talks to me about you all the time. And all the moms in the group are here for you. Your message is powerful, and it will make a difference. And just know we love you and we're here for you.
I love you guys so much, and I'm so glad you guys reached out to me when I needed someone the most. Because you guys listen, and there's no judgment. There's no blame.
No. You can tell us anything, honey.
Phew.
So let me turn it over to Laura.
I'm probably not the one right now.
It's okay. I think, if there's nothing that you want to share today, it's absolutely fine. I kind of put this out to you just because of who I am and what I do, but I completely understand if you just want to bow out right now, because it's a very, I just can't imagine what you moms have been through.
Tina, you know I love you.
I love you too.
And, I'm so grateful that we were able to meet, and, from top to bottom of the country, we were able to meet. And I'm so glad that my family and my friends were able to be there with you, and that you were able to come down. And that's the one thing I think that I wish Jonathan and Russell and all of them could have known, was that they're not alone, that there's so many people that love them, and that there's so many people that would have done anything for them. And I know that with Jonathan's pain, it wasn't like Russell's pain. It wasn't a physical pain. His was a mental pain, and it's not any more or any less. It's a pain. And I know that that's what Jonathan was like Russell. He wanted the pain to stop, and he didn't see any other way out. And he knew he had stuff to live for. He had a beautiful little girl, a beautiful wife, brothers and sisters that loved him, but he couldn't see past the pain. And I tell people all the time, pain is real and it is devastating. And, you know, we just need to remember. And one of the things that we've talked about tonight, Michelle, is as a mother, I didn't know of any other resources for Jonathan. All I knew was the VA. And, you know, now, almost 3.5 years later, I know of so many things. And like Tina mentioned with the dogs and things, and, you know, it's just so many things that we know now that I wish we had known then. And I think we've got to figure out how to get the message to moms before they're in our group.
That's what I want to try to do. And with your help, with all you moms helping me, we can all make a difference. And the more messages we share, the more people are going to pay attention, and the more resources are going to be out there, and the more people are going to be reaching out maybe to our service members and veterans and first responders. We need to keep sharing. It's painful for me on my website to share the signs of PTS and the warnings of suicide. I know it's got to be so painful for you moms, and I don't ever want you to feel hurt by that, but it's my way of raising awareness of things to look for, and your messages are powerful. So I think together, all of us can, I mean, with what you're doing with John's mission is really raising awareness. But I think we need to find more ways. There's thousands of resources out there. We just need to find more and get them into moms and dads and wives' hands, and have them help them get to those resources. Okay, I'm going to stop recording in a minute. Don't go anywhere. I just want to tell you that I love you, and I know it's so hard and painful for you to share like this. And it's going to help the moms in our group. They're going to join our Zoom meetings maybe so that they could feel more comfortable and share. And it's going to help our men and women out there maybe think twice, and they're going to see the pain of just two mothers that have lost a child. And I hope that it makes a difference in someone's life to say, you know, I really need to think about this. Maybe I could try to get more help somewhere. So, love you, ladies. I'm going to stop recording.
Love you.
Love you.